we're going to start this. We always start this way. Round of applause. Who is this your first time at Drive Out Therapy? Clap. I said round of applause. Don't raise your hand. That's why I stopped teaching. Listen to the instructions, boo. Listen to the instructions. All right. Ooh, that's a lot. You want to explain or do you want me? All right. Here we go. Drive Out Therapy is, Dr. Tasha is a real therapist. She sat in class. She's a real doctor. Ain't none of that, that online shit. She did it. She sat in there. She sat in class. She's a real doctor, real therapist. I'm a comedian who brings his 48 years of real life.
All 48.
All 48.
Yes,
I ain't saying shit. I said it. Yes, 48. That's right. For real. So I come up with my real life. Tasha come up here with all her books and stats and stuff.
Don't do your hands like that though. Don't do your hands like that.
And then you guys are the village. And that little microphone right there is when you come up and ask some questions.
Yes, we do have a little upgrade right now.
Upgrade.
So that's called the village mic. So I'm going to come to you literally if, you have a question and you're answering something that we are actually talking about. But if you are just thinking of something and it's just in your heart, you know what I say, if it's in your spirit,
yes.
Just come to the mic and then you standing there lets us know that you're ready for a question, comment,
yes.
He ain't right, that ain't what my husband said.
And if you really jacked up, we'll bring you to the couch. This is the couch.
Oh yeah, you can come to the couch.
You can come to the couch
and you get drive-by therapy in front of everyone.
For the low.
For the low.
Instead of, your little fake insurance plan that won't pay the $200 an hour.
It is
for the 10, man.
For the low. Okay, so, let's see. Wow, you did so well with that introduction.
Yeah, I tried.
Let's say hi to Facebook.
Hi, Facebook.
Hey, Facebook.
I'm in Facebook jail, but anyway, tag me. Tag me. I'm in Facebook jail for 30 days, but tag me. God bless.
Alright.
That's not gonna be alright. Ain't no big deal.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so you ready? You gonna start?
Yeah, we're gonna,
Okay.
So, real quick before we start, this is a grown folk event. This is not the single or marriage ministry at your church. So we cuss a lot. We are assisted by alcohol up in here. Matter of fact,
you don't have to say a lot. It's just okay if you feel like cursing, you're passionate.
But sometimes it just get to you. It gets to you. If the subject hits you, it's a button get pushed. Cuss words are like adjectives. It's just more, give it to it. Matter of fact, Hennessy on the rocks, please, boo. Hennessy on the rocks, babe. Before we start, Hennessy on the rocks.
Oh, God.
All right, go, Tosh.
It's happening. Okay, so where we should start with is who in here is single? Raise your hand if you're single.
That you know about.
What you mean? If somebody wants to break up with you?
Some of the ass claiming people in and shit. They thought they was in a relationship, but they're not.
Till now? They just found out? So that's New Year's? Maybe New Year's they're about to find out. If they didn't make it to 2020?
But the other person knows.
So anybody divorced in here or separated? Anybody divorced or separated? Okay, this is good for me. And then the rest, I guess, would be married or widowed.
Thinking about it.
Thinking about what? Divorcing?
I don't know.
Okay. So we're ready.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Now, next month will be 3 years me and Dr. Tasha have been doing this show. I'm going to be honest. Dr. Tasha has rubbed off on me. So, sometimes she thinks she's a little comedian.
Oh, I'm funny.
And I think I'm a therapist and shit. So, Tasha, I looked up our little topic. And I tried to be smart about this, so I went to Googling toxic relationship. Because that word don't get thrown around in my community. That's more like young people. So I've been checking it out. I did. These people got questionnaires.
So if you're in a toxic relationship?
If you're in a toxic relationship. And I was laughing as I was looking at the questionnaire. There was questions like, does your mate support what you're into? Yes or no?
Oh, that's a good one.
Does your mate take you despite your flaws? Yes or no? And I'm sitting there like, yeah, My old lady take all my flaws, all my foolishness. Yeah. If I don't,
Oh, so did you pass the test? You're in a
we
relationship?
passed high flying colors. My wife here, it was funny.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. So were you actually surprised that people are in relationships with other options?
Okay. If I'm dating a girl and she's not comfortable with herself, let's say, she's
Insecure.
She's insecure. And I'm sitting there gassing up the insecurity. That's not the one she needs to be with. That sounds simple to me. If she got a weight problem and I'm her man, and instead of saying, "Oh baby, let's go jog together, let's go exercise together," I'm just sitting there. Yeah, you look kind of big. Shit, yeah, you do. Yeah, shit, you do look kind of that way. And shit, that
but that becomes that verbal and emotional abuse.
But
and it shouldn't be, because it's not healthy.
Okay.
However,
but the question about why I attract toxic
relationship
is because you're already toxic yourself. You attract what you are.
Oh, that's what we doing. We starting it off like that?
Goddamn it, I'm a therapist.
Oh, wow.
I've been with you, Tasha, for 3 years. I'm a therapist.
Okay, so you attract what you are. So if you attract toxic relationships, you are a toxic individual.
You show me a toxic person.
Ooh.
I'll show you when they sit in their car, they got a toxic playlist. When they sit on their couch, they watch the toxic TV.
Toxic playlist?
It's just all they know.
Oh, somebody want to know if their song.
Toxic playlist?
She's trying to check out if hers is.
It started about 1997. I'm getting tired of your shit. You don't ever buy me nothing. That was the first line. Call Tyrone. And y'all sitting there listening. You listening to a chick that got 3 million of baby daddies. She got 3 million of baby daddies.
About Erica?
Yeah, I love her to death.
Oh, I love Erica.
But she telling me, you had the TLC, I don't want no scrub, 20 years later, all they ain't got scrub.
Oh, you just gonna take a swig on that? Okay.
Where's my drink?
Oh, okay, so you really think that you are even what you eat. So you're eating toxicity, and that is exactly what you're going to release.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who agrees with him? Okay, so then I gotta start off with the question though, because I got hella things to talk about. But that makes me think of something. So, who in here would acknowledge that you have had a season of being toxic in your life?
Me.
Okay, very good. See, this is what we do at Drive-By Therapy. We get real transparent around here. So the question is, what age was it, and how did you learn to not be so toxic?
I was 19.
Oh, wait, are we starting here? Are we putting you on the couch? What's
Yeah, that's
happening?
what we do before we go out.
Oh, you were 19? Okay, what had happened?
Nah, I ain't got no count. Girl did me dirty at family. Did me dirty at school. So
Oh, don't call out the school. Okay. Black college.
For about 3-4 years, I was toxic. Just what I was saying. I was
3
listening.
or 4 years. Okay.
Yeah, I was
19.
listening to toxic music.
Okay.
It was Luther Campbell and JT Money. Everywhere I went, I hate hoes, hoes hate me. I hate hoes, hoes hate me. Everywhere I went, it was just poison in my head. Poison.
So you hated all the hoes? Like how
Yeah,
where did it go?
You let it go.
Look at him co-signing. That's what y'all do. Brothers, y'all always know how to co-sign.
But then, around 22, 23, I transitioned.
So were you with many hoes? Like,
Yeah, that's all I cared about.
That's all you like.
Yeah, I didn't
And
want to
what actually made a hoe? If you could just break that down for us.
Well, now they're open now. So back then, I'm 48. So when I was 19, that was 30 years ago.
So would it be if she gave it up within a week?
Yeah, now they give it up. I'm just doing me.
No, it's true.
Because,
okay, was that 1980?
1989.
Okay, we got that. Okay, time check.
And everybody on campus knew who the hoe was. Yeah, so.
Okay. So 19. Okay, so by 22 you learned to like what?
I like
more
R&B.
wholesome.
I started transitioning to R&B music. I started listening to R. Kelly, H-Town, Jodeci.
And that was,
People
okay.
like that. I started saying, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do to them. I'm supposed to treat them nice.
Oh, you became a little more romantic.
Yeah, because the toxic, I wasn't raised to be toxic.
You weren't.
I wasn't raised to be toxic, so
Okay.
it wasn't in me. I wasn't even good at the toxic shit.
You're a little
I
bit
wasn't
rebellious.
good at it.
Okay.
Because it's not me.
Okay.
Some people are toxic. They're gonna find out later. They are. They just.
Today they're gonna leave
They're
here
gonna find out.
knowing that they're toxic.
Yeah, start with the man in the mirror. I'm asking.
Look at you all day today.
I'm asking them.
Okay, so you started this off 19. True, but they can only hide for so long. Okay, so
Let
sit
me
right.
ask a question about
She's
that.
out of Houston.
All right.
That's Facebook all day. Okay, so the question is, what age?
And I got a 30-second
Oh.
explanation.
Okay, go.
Because about 10 people asked me, where did my hair go? Okay, I cut my hair, all right?
You did.
Let me just go ahead and say what happened. Last year, I was 47, I was going through a midlife crisis. All my homeboys was losing hair. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna let it go to see how far it goes. Because my daddy told me a long time ago, if your hair go, something else gonna go. That's what he told me. So I was getting concerned. And goddamn it, after a year, I had dreaded locks. So everything works. Praise God. Go ahead, bro. So I
Praise Him.
cut it off. So I cut it off.
Okay,
Go
everybody.
ahead, now we're ready.
Okay.
That's my explanation for the hair.
For the hair. So you're gonna keep it as the Caesar. That's what we call the Caesar.
Yeah, I'm good.
In
This
Cali,
is
we call that a
this is-
Caesar.
this is-
Okay, so the question is, you feel better now?
No, I got it out.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I cut my hair.
Okay, so the question is, at what age can you acknowledge that you were toxic, and then how did you come out of that season? What age was it? Who raised her hand? She was
So I'm
right
still
here.
in it.
Some still, okay. It's okay. Yes, sir.
Hennessy on the rocks.
So for me, it was mainly in my teenage years until I got into my 20s, because my mom, she was a toxic person, so I got it from her.
Okay, y'all take that in, because that's,
Yeah.
it starts somewhere. See, we're going all the way there. We
You
go
was
all the way to
raised
childhood.
Damn,
Okay,
boy.
could you explain your mom's toxicity?
So she was always negative. She was never someone to give positive influence. Everything she told me was always something bad, nothing ever good.
That's not you at all on this side of the world. Wow, he's really coming around the way. Okay, so go ahead. So by teenage years, you were a little toxic.
So as I got into my 20s and I started to see how people have better relationships and have better friendships, I didn't have that. So I got around and I learned how to be a better person.
I got a question though. Did you used to think all women were like your mom? Like all women were like negative, mean, tore you down? Did you think that all women were that? What? For a long period of time. Thanks for starting us off. Okay, who else? When was your season of toxicity and how did you get out of it? Oh, we not doing that just yet, boy? Okay, we're not doing that. Oh, they're not ready. Okay, anybody else in here that you can acknowledge a time in your life that you were a pretty toxic individual?
Come on, when you were slashing tires and busting windows. Come on.
Oh.
You remember when you bust windows out of cars? Come on, because they told you to say, I bust up windows out your car.
Okay, you got, tell me, how long ago would you say this was?
That I became untoxic
Oh, how long were you would you acknowledge yourself as toxic?
by the age of 18.
Oh, 18. And then how long would you say that you stayed toxic?
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Until about a year ago.
Oh, so we talking about, do you say your age or you don't say? Do you say your age?
The fuck?
Do you say your
That's
age?
it.
Do you say your age? I don't know. Some women don't, which I don't understand why, because it ain't nothing wrong with being proud of however old you are, but that's another show. Okay, so how old are you?
I'm 48.
So we're saying 3 decades of toxicity. Would you mind coming to the couch to talk to us about? Oh, y'all give it up for Vic. Okay.
Isn't she lovely?
Right here. Oh, look at you. Don't get it. Could you give her the mic? Could you give her the mic?
Come on, girl.
So, the way this works, okay, obviously, with what I do, I can ask the questions, don't have a problem to do this all day. But you all as the village can literally go to this mic or raise your hand and sorry, your voice is carried back there. It's okay. Okay, so if you also want to ask her a question, you can literally go to the mic or ask a, or raise your hand. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to the couch. Okay, so, let me get my clipboard. Let me get my blank. Okay, so 18, why would you say that you were toxic at 18?
That's when I started dating my ex-husband.
Dating? Did you say?
Yeah. I was in college,
Okay, you were in college?
and he and I started dating.
Yes.
He was a big-time drug dealer in Miami. And, no.
He said, was it Rick Ross? Okay.
No, we actually just divorced a couple of years ago. And I was a millionaire my entire life.
Oh, come on with the coins, yes.
There was nothing that I did not have. There is not an island or a place that I did not travel, a car I did not drive, a house I did not live in. But the relationship was so abusive to the point where I kind of looked for the ass whoopings because I knew behind it was a trip.
Now let's break that down, the looking for, because I can appreciate how you said that. Okay, they may not ready, the new folks may not be ready, but we go in. They ready now? They ready now? Okay, this is what we do. Okay, give me an example of looking for, as in I know he's gonna get drunk and then become a little aggressive, or by 9 p.m. when he comes from the club, or 8 a.m. or...
Hanging clubs. He only drank Fridays and Saturdays. But the relationship, I've never had problems with cheating. I've never had problems with money. It was the control. And Friday or Saturday when he get drunk, he would think about something that happened before and he would beat me. And then the next day or a couple of days later, I'm on our private jet somewhere shopping. Or on our yacht, or doing something. And it got to the point when I was expecting, sometimes I would actually instigate something because I knew if it's this car I wanted or something I wanted. And it was a mindset that I had. I was just negative. And
Now, can I assume that that was normalized in your childhood, that you were in that abusive?
no,
That was not.
not at all.
As in domestic violence was foreign to you as a child?
Absolutely, because my mother and my father were phenomenal parents. I saw no wrong in them. They were like a team. And how they were is what I wanted. And I got it, but it's just the abuse part that he brought into the relationship that he saw his dad do to his mom. Right.
And that's why you stayed so long, because you saw your parents married.
Right, and I thought I can fix it. I thought I can change him. Right, because he wasn't cheating and he took care of us, but it was just the weekend, at Friday and Saturday when he get drunk. So I figured that I can, if I stick around and go to church and love him, that he would change.
And Tasha, in my studies,
Yes, tell us about all of it.
I noticed that a lot of people that stay in toxic relationships think they are therapists. They think they can change the other person, and they can't.
I would call that the hero complex, or the God complex. Y'all understand? As in, we can save you, Captain Save 'em, whatever way you want to call it, right? And so you actually love feeling needed. Those folks in that category, you actually love feeling needed. So no, you're not even looking for your needs to be met. You're literally looking to meet their needs, completely dismissing that you have any.
Call that ride or die chick. Whatever he want is whatever. I've done a lot. It's so much stuff that I've done that I can't speak about.
No, don't do that on here. Seriously, dead ass. Don't do that here.
I do have a question, because you're doing a great job.
Yes.
So, how long ago is he still alive? I don't know. Is he still, okay, I don't know how traumatic this is going to end. I don't know how toxic you got. Okay, so are you separated? Are you divorced? You're divorced. How long ago was the divorce? Oh, 2 years. Okay, so you've now been single-ish for 2 years. Okay, so then the question is, did you end this relationship as a now toxic person to the world? After having been in a toxic relationship, would you now call yourself, or now you're better, but 2 years ago, would you say that you became a toxic person?
I was already toxic 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I became detoxified.
Glory to God.
Once I got
You make it up to 8. Toxicity.
Yeah, once,
Detox
and
yourself.
I divorced him when he was in prison because he ended up getting 32 years in prison. But,
You know that means he was a killer. I mean, everybody knows when you start putting the numbers together. Okay, I'm all right.
look, this is the thing. The feds came into my home. You know how they tell you, he's good with that money, all of that. I had every kind of business there was. His name wasn't connected. I had a home, a 7-bedroom, 7-bath out of West Miramar. His name was not on that home. The feds came into my home and they took everything from me. Found out 4.5 years later when he was in prison that they came into my home with a fake search warrant. So they had to drop all the charges and let him home. But when he came home, we tried to work it out, but by this time, our oldest son is gay, and he's against it. So he would beat my son up every day, to the point where me and my 20-year-old, we have 7 children, and me and my 20-year-old and my son would fight him.
How the hell you been turning into a goddamn documentary? I feel like we film on a Netflix special.
Actually,
Bobby Johnson.
no.
A BET special.
I was offered a documentary off of VH1 because of all the different statute of limitations. I declined it. So there is, my story, it does go really, really big. So I do have 2 books coming out. One of my books is an inspirational quote book that'll be out at the end of this month. And it's just to help people who are going through, tragedies and traumas, just to help them. Because a lot of people don't know how to read the Bible. A lot of people don't know the Bible, so it'll give them quotes and scriptures, about what they're going through. And then I have another book. It's called My Life Story Before and After the Millions. It was about my life in the streets. But once I found Jesus, it now means before I found Jesus and after I found him. So it's because the millions was before I had Jesus, and now that I have Jesus, he's in my life, he got me. I have my own clothing line. I'm not rich like I used to be, but I'm okay. Me and my children, I have 4 kids that already graduated from college.
It's because you said Jesus like 8 times. You just can't play with that name right there.
Something about that name.
Okay.
Something about that name.
Can y'all give it up for Miss Viv?
Oh my God.
She started off this house for real. At the end, please tell us your book again at the very
We're going to
end.
get it, yes.
Oh, wow.
We're going to get Taraji P. Henson to play you in the documentary. We're going to get you on Lifetime. Damn, we're going on Lifetime with this movie. Shit.
You said we?
Amazing.
You want a little cut? You want a little cut?
I'm getting my part.
Okay, so let's do a little check-in of how you know that you are either a toxic person or with a toxic person. So you're manipulative. You're always proving, okay, this is when you know you're with a toxic person, that you're always having to prove yourself to them. Oh, someone said yes, a little cosign, a little amen. Yes.
Like that Real Housewife.
Oh, you need to talk about this? You okay?
Don't worry about it. Talk about it.
Okay. Because the idea is that I can actually acknowledge this. There was a guy that I dated for like 4 months. A whole 4 months. I know you're like, oh, that's cute. 4 months. He was jealous though. I actually, my mom's here. She remembers this. This is Cassandra Russell from Michigan. That's my mom. And my best friend was at the door. That was Erica from Michigan. Okay, so that was a little shout out. That's my folks. But the point was, they all know this story. So I actually thought, just in general, that like once you show them that you're loyal, true story, that they'll eventually stop being jealous. Doesn't that make logical sense? Who said no? Hell no. Somebody said hell no.
Okay.
Because the point is, I just kept proving myself. I remember when like males would call, they would be friends or my little brother's friends, and it would literally be, who's that?
Oh.
And we would argue about the who's that, and I'm like, I know this dude since he was like 7.
Insecure.
Yeah, insecure of course breeds jealousy.
Yeah.
But if you're always kind of proving yourself, and they are not apologizing, so that's you guys got that? So if you are not apologizing, you're also toxic. But if they're not apologizing, that would also be toxic. Go ahead, you got some?
No, go ahead, keep going.
Okay, so the idea is that they're always kind of there. This is when you know that you're with toxic friends. Because a lot of times with relationships, we just talk about romantic. But this is relationships, mama, daughter, dad, daughter, son, grandma, right? Friends, your partner. So the idea is toxic friends are always around when you're in a crisis. I mean, they right there. But guess when they're not there? When things are going well. Oh, okay. She got a little offering. We need to have a little offering right here at the altar. Okay. But that's real, right? Because they call it, the saying is misery loves company.
Yep.
But you don't really understand it all until you get older. And you're like, wow. Somehow my sister never really calls when I got the award.
So that's what
Only when my man cheats on
the
me.
chicks in the club oh, sorry. That's what they're doing.
No, it's true.
Like 5 of them.
Sometimes maybe 3 are toxic
all
and 2 are
toxic
not.
together.
Not all of them.
All right. Okay.
Oh, you mean because they're attracted to each other? Wow, that's kind of true, huh?
Yeah.
You guys ever heard this saying that says you're the average of every, if you ever want to know who you are, you're the average of everyone you're around? Anyone ever heard that? So if you don't like your friends and you always talk about they, but it's we, right? Really, you can't do all this, they always cheating, just saying, or they're always lying, but they're your friends. So if you ever want to know about...
If it's 9 broke ones and you hanging out with them, you gonna be the 10th one. That's what my daddy used to say.
I can see that. See, he was onto something. They knew a little something. They knew a little something.
9 broke niggas, and you with them, you gonna be the 10th broke nigga.
So surround yourself with progressive folks. Surround yourself with progressive folks. Another one would be, so they'll use non-toxic words with toxic tone, as in, I'm sure your day was better than mine. Yeah. Like that's how they coming down.
Wanna drag you down.
So just already, like there's always almost like a competition of, I have it worse. Well, your mama did this, well, my mama did this. Like there's always trying to find a one up. So they're actually saying something non-toxic, but that toxic tone. That makes sense? Okay, judgmental, that's no surprise. We all get it wrong sometimes, but toxic people will make sure you know it. Oh, we all get it wrong sometimes, just in life, but toxic people kind of make sure that you know it. Yeah, amplify, look at you with your little 4 syllables, amplify 3 syllables. I love it. I love when folks just know all that. Go ahead.
He's doing much better than he did for poetry night.
Oh, don't call him out.
I host poetry in here. He came up here and did a poem last month. Lord have mercy. Just stay where you're at. You're doing great tonight, my brother. Praise God. You're doing good.
Okay, go ahead.
Keep going.
You got something?
No, but it is being petty kind of part of the time. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay.
Oh, they say yeah.
I dated a girl one time, and I knew she was crazy when we went out to eat.
Did you like them when
See,
they were
you
crazy
can tell.
though?
No, you can
Because some
tell
of y'all
it.
like psycho.
They give you
Some of y'all-
signs. They give you signs.
Okay, what are the signs?
Okay, we went out. I'll never forget it. We went out for breakfast, and we were at Denny's or somewhere like that. I was young, spend my little money. I like my eggs. I like my eggs scrambled, but I really don't like them runny. Okay, I like them a little soft, but not runny. I like my bacon, but not crispy. Not all. I like it done, but not all the way. No, I date girls with good diction. I date girls with good diction. I always dated girls with good diction. But anyway, I like my bacon, but not crispy, but a little soft. That's weird. What do you think she'll do at the house?
Oh.
If she orders breakfast like that at goddamn Denny's, what is she gonna do with me at the house? She's gonna drive me
So
crazy.
very critical. Very critical.
Critical. I bet she's
That's a
a
good
critical
one.
person.
That's a good one.
I bet a person like that just overly, too much detail. You're weird.
That's a good one. Even the idea of, because we all can critique each other out of love, but the idea is where's the balance? You needed to have the balance of also being affirmed.
Yeah.
So we have to remember to affirm our partners or ourselves. Okay, so, anybody, y'all all right? Everybody
They're
all right?
good. They're good.
Okay, so.
They're good.
They're good tonight?
Oh, also, I found out, I got a homeboy, because I be observing and shit. Does good sex make you hang out with toxic people too long?
Would you like to comment on that? Okay, so would that be called,
Yeah, oh yeah, we done went that goddamn it.
would that be called digmatized? A
They
digmatized.
digmatized.
Okay.
What that nigga said? Oh, he ain't got no job.
Oh, God. Okay, so the question is, hey, what's the question? I'm not gonna say who is digmatized in here.
That jumped up back
I
there.
can't ask that on that. Okay, so who in here allowed good sex to blind them to get out of the relationship that was toxic?
Oh, male or female? There's some good snatch out there that'll make you do something stupid too.
You said some good snatch. Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to say the word.
Oh, little snatch. Okay. Right, here we
Yeah,
go.
not. It's some sacrifice.
Are we all right? Are we all right, producer? Okay, go.
Yeah.
So, I will contest. I was in a toxic 3 years with this gentleman. I found out in the 3rd year he was married. But when I tell you,
Oh, jeez.
So wait, so he never invited you over though, correct? So you didn't take that as a clue? Ladies, hold on, just hold on. I just want to say this. This is something I learned.
Yeah, don't be sucking your teeth.
This is something that this is
Y'all
I'm just
don't
gonna
know.
pass
That's
this
what
with
you don't know
you.
now.
So if he knows inside of your entire house and possibly got the garage code, yet you do not know where he lives, he's married. Okay? Or has a boo, or there's a lot of ors, but he's
Oh, he
definitely
live in a group home.
he's got, would you say he's got a group home?
He live in a group home. That nigga rehab. That bitch in rehab. I want you to know.
the question was, you said,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we just have to create.
yeah, but you said the dick had you in some toxic mess.
Yeah.
And a lot of women may not, I'll be the one, I'll contest, I'll raise my hand up. Yes, we kind of go crazy when it's good. And you be like, okay, I'm done, but then we like, no, and I'm like, oh.
And they made my eyes roll in your head, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's all I'm saying.
That's it. They ain't gonna stop. She stopped.
Hold on, Erica.
She said, I'm about to go down to that nigga house tonight. I was thinking about that dick. I'm about to call the police. Yeah, shit.
It's drive-by therapy. Erica, how good was it?
Oh, come on, Tasha. It was odd that she dropped the mic.
Let's go.
Tasha, she dropped the mic. It's pretty
I
good.
picked it right up. I picked it up. No problem. Okay, great. How good was it?
Let's just say, cosmetically, funkadelic, the sky turned purple.
Oh, he was your purple haze. That's what I'm saying. He became your purpose. It became. Was she doing Prince, y'all? I think she was doing Prince. I love
Did you
it.
see her face change?
She did. I
Her
love it.
whole face changed. She was like,
Okay, who else? Somebody over here. Thank you, boo. Hey, boo. Thank you, Erica. Okay, who over here? I saw it. That was you. Okay, we okay? Right here? Yes, maybe. Right. Okay. Okay, here we go. Tell us about this toxic relationship that had you blinded because it was so good.
stay with us. You're doing good, y'all.
To be honest with you, I broke up with him because he was just crazy. There was
You kind of liked it crazy though, huh?
Oh, you saw the sign second date.
Yeah.
You saw the sign second date. You
She did? How crazy was he, friend? Come on, friend, give me a couple examples of how crazy that she was blinded. What?
Can I tell her story?
Oh, okay. She loves you. Okay, go.
okay.
How crazy was he? Give us a couple details.
The major thing that made me break up with him and leave him alone is that I was literally on the phone FaceTiming my daughter. She was complaining that, she gotta get her hair done. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And the minute I left, what nigga you finna go see? I'm like, what?
Oh, because just having to leave
that guy.
and get the hair.
That guy.
That guy. The getting the barrettes on your daughter's hair guy. That's the guy. Okay.
That's the main reason why I left him alone. But
How long did you smash though? Well, how long did you smash?
a little bit longer after that. 'Cause
Yeah, see?
There it is.
So she knew that he
This
was
is a
crazy.
shame.
And she still, see, I
But
think
guys
about,
are the ones with the problem, huh? Guys,
no, we just haven't talked, they haven't raised their hand
listen to
yet.
this.
Okay,
Women, listen.
I am
Listen to
listening.
your friends.
Oh, these are my friends?
Women do.
But the real question is, so how do you, okay, I got a real question, sorry. How do you get aroused for that foolishness? Oh, drunk? Okay, Auntie. Auntie said a little bit of that. Go, what's your cute dress on? I see you. Okay, Auntie said, go ahead.
I have gotten in a lot of toxic relationships due to alcohol.
Oh, you was, if we gonna blame it on them, we gonna blame it on the alcohol. Which, ask the question, raise your hand, y'all. liquor cordials were you that got you a little?
That's old school. She nodded head. That gin. Gin make you sin. You get that
You like the party?
What was the drink? Was it the Long Island? Was it like a Heineken?
Heineken.
Was it a tequila sunrise? What you was drinking, Mom?
Anyway, Jen.
That
See, you called that.
gin. Then pop in there with that good music. Hey, hey. You just all right here. Hey. Pop combing that chest out getting ready.
Oh my God.
The dude is all right.
Okay, well, where we just go? Okay, so the question was, how do you get aroused by that type of girl or guy?
Just alcohol and orgasm.
Excitement.
Excitement because the normal person that's the opposite is not excited most of the time. So you see a person out and they're very, outgoing or whatever, or you have that edge, you want a piece of that edge.
You want a piece of that edge just for a few minutes horizontal and then
You want the whole edge.
you want
The corners and everything. So
corners of, did y'all see how she,
I see
we
you.
talking about that butt?
That's an aunt right there. That's one of my people there.
Oh,
I
that's a,
see that brand new beard. That's an aunt right there.
wow, so you like the edge, so you like adrenaline. You're a little adrenaline junkie.
that's what a lot of people.
What about I statements? What do you like adrenaline?
You look at those lady, yeah. Yeah, I like
Okay,
adrenaline.
she keeps it going, she keeps it turned, as they say.
That's right.
Okay. Anybody else want to discuss this? Y'all all right? Okay,
They good. They good.
Oh, we got brother man with a suit on.
All right.
You gotta get the folks with the suits on. Yes, sir.
Running for office too.
You know,
You're running for office, seriously. I got a slide.
generally most women, I'd say probably about 98% of women are toxic.
Let him finish, damn it. Speak, my brother. Let him speak. I gotta hear this shit. Silence. Silence. I gotta hear this.
Okay, let him finish.
He do this shit every
Let
morning.
him finish. Okay, so again, this is the village mic. So the village mic is right here, so you stand here to
Did he say 98%?
He did.
Or 90?
98.
I gotta hear this.
Okay, everybody all right? Y'all got your seatbelts on?
Let's go.
Okay, can you see?
No, let Tasha take the mic.
I'm going back.
Don't let him stand up. Tasha, don't let him stand up. Take that mic back there.
Okay, here we go. 98%. I didn't even give everybody
I want to
some
hear this. I want to hear it.
breathing exercises
I
first.
really want to hear this. That's some shit I would have said.
Because women do not like nice guys. And I can tell you about that. Wait. Let me tell you this. When I was in college, at one point, I was a really nice guy.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to be my friend. I decided I was tired of being the nice guy and start dogging women and treating
Yeah.
them.
Fuck yeah.
They loved me, okay?
So you literally got more women than a-hole? Okay, you got more women.
Everybody wanted me when I was a jackass.
I love it. I love this guy.
Did y'all
I
feel
love
it?
this guy.
That's real. That's real. She said, okay, but I think I wonder.
Hold it now.
He's still a little
Wait.
salty. It's okay.
So for me, I'm gonna help this brother. Hold up. Look, now,
So you only know, out of 100 women, you only know 2 that are not
they're like nice
toxic?
guys.
2. Are they married or where are those 2? The whole 2.
I would literally, most of the women that chase me, I say, look, I'm not interested in you like that. I'ma just sleep with you and you'll be trying to call me and I won't have time for you. If I tell a woman that she chase me all day and all night, I can't get rid of her.
This guy is amazing.
Okay.
You got toes. You got big nuts, boy. Woo!
Don't shake that. Don't put his head down.
Hold it now.
He put his head down.
Hold
Like
it,
he doesn't
hold
represent
it,
us all, Dr.
With all
Tasha.
due respect. With all due respect.
Okay.
He
This
said-
person's experience.
He said women don't like nice guys. when you got to define nice. I don't know women that want a man that's gonna run over them, or the women are gonna run the man over. I kind of agree with them. If you in the kitchen and you see a roach and your man like, oh shit, a roach, and you got to kill it, you don't want him. You don't want that guy. I kind of agree with the brother.
But nice doesn't have to be like extra, like very
But the way society is defined nice means soft. Don't no woman want no soft ass dudes. I don't care what they say. I know black women, ain't no white women in here. Ain't no white women in here.
No, but that is an issue though if we're so used to toxicity. Gloria Gonzalez said, LMAO, those women clearly didn't love themselves. Oh, okay.
A lot of them don't.
Okay, so the idea though of like being attracted to toxicity, you know this goes historical, right? Y'all want to hear about that?
Oh, Jesus.
It's real. If you only believe that someone, let me give you an example so it don't get all extra deep. But you know how women will see each other? True story. Now there's plenty of women that can get along with each other. I love them and I have great friends that are female. What I'm saying is, have you guys ever thought of how two women think of this? Another woman can see you and she says, oh, you think you cute. Now why you couldn't just say, I like your dress? Right? But you didn't. You actually started with, I see you, you think like it literally, or your mama said, oh, you know how she, no, you just happen to have a light-skinned child. Now you gonna make her feel bad because you're the, I mean, this is really
just a natural hater.
Right, it's just the idea of, it's like a negative cycle that you can't even praise each other. Hello, right, that you have to give this negative spin. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said it's historical, because we were kind of taught how to, I always had this thing, especially for black Americans, we were taught to speak English from people that were talking down to us. So the way that we speak to each other was how we were taught to speak English. Do y'all get that? Before we could even read. Okay, that's real.
That's deep.
That's 1800, that's 1700. We couldn't read. You didn't allow us to read. But then we talking to each other like, oh, you ain't right? That's how you talk to me. So of course I'm talking to my son or my husband the same way. Just because that's how I learned English. Okay.
Oh my.
I'm just saying, so the toxicity sometimes is a cycle. This is historical. And this, I'm sure this is in the West Indian culture. Like this goes on and on and on about not affirming each other. And we gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Yeah, we gonna get there. We integrated now.
Yep, we integrated now.
White people done taught us how to treat each other a little better. Yeah.
You didn't say that.
Oh.
We still waiting on the white man to tell us how to treat each other. What? Did you know? Okay, it's okay.
Hey, when I arrive, when I walk out of my house and I got all white neighbors, that's when I've arrived. As long as I still see Negroes, I still got work to do. I'm in Embrary, I'm close to university, but I gotta get the hiatus. I got a little ways to go, baby. A couple more jokes, boo. We almost there, baby. I'm in Embrary, I got Jewish neighbors, Isaac and Jacob, damn it. My neighbors walk by me and wave at me. I'm close. Almost there.
But you're right. Okay, y'all. Okay, everybody all right? So we pulled away from Dr. Walter's statement. That would be self-hate. Oh, no. That would be self-hate, right.
Just
but
like
that
we
was
just talking
taught. It
about
was
race.
taught. Yes.
Now, okay.
But I didn't know if anybody wanted to respond to you.
But since we're doing, no, don't respond to him.
Oh, we're not? Oh, we're not doing that. Oh, okay,
See, let me tell you what Doc does every month. He says his shit in here, and then as soon as the show over, there's gonna be about 10 women around him talking about that. Nigga, what you was talking about?
Oh, is that how he gets the number? Is that how he gets the number?
And then he gonna eliminate 8 of them and be like, you know, you two are all right. He just set up a whole dating show. He know his name is Doctor. He got Doctor in front of his shit. He know.
That's a good game.
And it's Sugar Daddy season.
Is it?
Yeah, the dudes over 40. You know, they're a good transition between Christmas and income tax. I got a lot of single homeboys, they about their life right now.
Okay, I got it.
48, do a good hump right now. The young girls thinking about it now. These young boys, they still living with it.
Sugar Daddy season.
Sugar Daddy season is upon us.
Okay,
Yes.
Why are people attracted to toxic people? Your answer was because they are toxic for themselves. They're toxic for themselves.
They can't help it.
Okay.
That's all they know.
This was literally told to me by a lady that was 83 or 84 yesterday. This was a New Year's Day dinner.
Veteran.
An auntie and grandma, okay? They said because they're lonely. And so when you're vulnerable, you almost take whatever it is that comes.
Oh shit.
That's 80 something right there. Y'all got that? So it doesn't mean you're always toxic. So this isn't all or nothing. Y'all get this? These are just like ideas like, oh shoot, I didn't really. So there's reasons why you picked him. There's reasons why you picked her. You were in a vulnerable stage. Maybe you were lonely. Maybe you were depressed.
And them numbers don't work for the women.
Down here in South Florida, period.
Period. Ain't it like 12 to 1 or some shit?
In the world?
10 to 1?
It is about 7 million to 3.
And then when you throw in gay in jail, it's probably about 15 to 1.
It's true. Some gays are bisexual. Would anyone in
But
gay
they're not dating that.
bisexual?
We're not talking about him right now.
Okay.
I ain't talking about no bad dude right now.
Okay, gay. Straight up
We're talking about
gay.
that. We're talking about
So
straight.
you want to take off at least a good 10%.
Yeah, they really don't have as much to choose from
Oh,
as they should.
who we got on Skype? What's your name?
God, different technology. Look at God.
Keisha?
Khadija.
Khadija. Yes. I love
Come on,
that name.
Stephon.
Y'all give it up for the producer. He knows these things buttons. The buttons work.
He's the camera guy in a local church. I won't say it. Thank you, Pastor, for all your equipment.
He did it. He did it. Okay, Khadija, you got something for this topic? Thank you so much for Skyping in.
I was just adding
Oh yeah, go ahead.
toxic relationship, how I was afraid that people could be addicted to toxic relationships.
Oh, addicted. Okay, let me get my paper out. Addicted. Now tell me why. Why do you think that people could be addicted to toxic? Oh, where are you calling from or Skyping from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, Richmond. Come on, Virginia. Yes, East Coast. Okay, tell us about this addiction to toxic relationship.
Well, I mean, I know for myself, I found myself in a pattern probably around 20-ish.
20-ish?
Every relationship I would be into was the opposite of whatever I said I wanted.
The
When I
opposite.
started focusing on what I wanted, I noticed I'm just picking the opposite. Like,
Because?
over and over and over again.
And what's the reason that you kind of came up with?
Oh,
someone asked in the audience, were you settling?
Not lack of confidence, the way my family, chaos, all of that.
Oh, good one. Being attracted to chaos. Like literally everything is going peaceful and you literally want to create it or want to be around it. True story, okay? But sometimes that comes from being what's being normalized in your household as a child. You said chaos. Okay, keep going. Then you said a lack of confidence in yourself.
And myself, I actually am a licensed clinical social worker.
Oh, come on, mental health.
It took several years to like figure out my own self and my own trauma and process to figure out like, but there's something about this situation that's putting me to this chaos because that's not what you live.
So how long ago, you said in your 20s, you realized you were in a toxic relationship. Then being in the mental health field, you had to do some self-healing to be able to do what you do as a therapist or social worker. Now, how long did it take to get through this healing process to be on this side of it, to call it what it is?
Probably 10 years.
Oh, 10 good years.
Like 5-6 years.
Okay, now, and are you now dating? Or are you married?
No, I'm divorced.
Divorced.
Divorced for 6 years.
For 6 years, and now you're dating differently.
Yes.
Okay. And what are the, can you give us the top 3 people, like types of people that you always kept attracting? What did you learn? That you always attracted what?
Emotionally unavailable people.
Ooh, okay. What else?
People who are manipulative.
Okay.
And also people who their feelings and their emotions, they were codependent about.
Oh, wait, hold on. You can't be giving us these big words right now. Can you explain codependency? Just real quick. Well, like 2 sentences. Could you explain what it means to be codependent?
Okay. So codependent for me means that I'm depending on someone else to give me my sense of self and my sense of self-esteem, and that this is who I am based on what someone else is telling me my worth is.
Oh, we got that. That would be codependency. Y'all know about codependency? Okay, Khadija with your smart self. I like a smart woman. Anything else that you want to share with the audience about how to stop attracting toxic people in your life?
Well, for me, it was really going into the work, getting there for myself, having a life coach, really, reading books, and having friends around you that are going to actually support your healthy new lifestyle. Because I also have friends around me that were also in negative relationships, and that became very normal. That drama also became very normal.
So you can evaluate where you are.
All in a mental situation.
So you can evaluate where you are by even looking at your girlfriends to see if they're around to actually support your new healthy stuff. Y'all give it up for Khadijah. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Come on, Facebook with your Richmond, Virginia. You all right, Stefan. You all right. Okay, anybody, where's this guy? Anybody know about? Oh, okay, I'm getting a drink, thank you. Okay, so y'all heard that. Emotionally unavailable, manipulative, and codependent. Now, some of us enjoy being with emotionally available people because you don't want to look at your own emotions. Y'all get that? So you actually like that everybody's acting like we're fine, everybody's fine. You put our emotions under the rug. There was something that I appreciate one of my colleagues said earlier today, and I wanted to ask her if she could explain the betrayal bond. Miss Sherry?
Betrayal?
The betrayal bond? Can I come? You want me to come to you or you want to come to me? Okay. Okay. So, I learned, I didn't even know that that's what it was called. Can you explain the betrayal bond?
You don't know that.
I didn't call it that.
Call it trauma bond.
Oh yeah, trauma. Yeah, I would call it trauma bond.
Hi y'all, I'm Sherry.
Hey.
So, trauma bonds are really a lot like what many of you have talked about. What I'll say something from Richmond, Khadijah. This young man right here, he also mentioned a little bit about it. It's when you form a bond with a particular dynamic in a relationship. So like Khadijah was talking about, she was attracted to the chaos, and so she would subconsciously seek out chaos in other relationships. That bond with that dynamic is called a trauma bond. So when I talked about betrayal bond earlier, I was talking about the book, The Betrayal Bond, which talks about the different types of trauma bonds that you develop with dynamics.
Oh, see? You're so smart. I love you, girl. Okay, so it's called the betrayal. Yes.
Well, I went to the bar.
Oh. The research that you did at the bar?
Yeah, we did some research back there.
I appreciate you, Sherry. Were y'all listening?
A nice gentleman said,
Okay.
a lot of women, if they are approached by a nice guy, they're so toxic that they will automatically assume he's gay.
Oh, that's
They won't
that. I
even
know
take the
that.
niceness.
I have heard that. I know someone that like.
Without even giving the brother a chance, if he's too nice, he must be gay.
So I have heard this. So there was a guy that like works around a lot of women. He's like in his 40s, and because he never tried to holler at any of his coworkers, they all just kind of whispered amongst each other saying that he must not like women. Versus he just understood what boundaries that he wanted to have for his life. So number 3.
Don't put your dick where you get your paycheck.
That's not my number 3. What is it?
Don't put your dick where you get your paycheck.
Oh.
That's my daddy told me.
Okay. Did you listen though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Put my dick where you get your paycheck.
So you don't set boundaries. You don't set boundaries. The people that are toxic, or you are toxic, because we always talk about other people. But this could be us looking around and ask our questions. Okay, so you are always giving second chances, which I think is funny. When I wrote this down, isn't it crazy that we call like the 8th chance your second chance? Ain't that crazy? We actually call it like, I'm gonna give you another second chance. Huh? That you can't be on your 8th chance and call it like we literally are almost in denial of what. Okay, go.
I'm gonna go back to sex and money. One of the two. One of the two is extremely good, but they won't leave. Either all the bills paid, they got a bunch of money, or the orgasm.
Oh no, you were right about that. That's what another lady said yesterday. The same lady that was in her.
That's why, like that lady back there that was talking earlier, she probably gave that man 100 chances. She was looking at him like, man, you know what? You need to pet.
Just because.
He made my eyes roll last night.
Yeah, she said she acknowledged it. She said 3 years. She said for 3 years. He never invited her to his house.
She thought about it in mid-sentence a couple of she couldn't even get it up. Sex is powerful.
It is true. You can't just go back in your head and go back to a few partners. Okay, here we go. So this is crazy. You're full of, this is why you attract toxic people.
Shh, y'all doing good back there.
You're full of positivity, yet you do not speak out So you're full of positivity, right? And so you do not speak out negatively because you don't know how to use your voice in a negative way. So actually, toxic people are attracted to you because you're positive. Ain't that crazy?
You soft.
No, nobody said you're soft.
No, you're not gonna talk back.
Oh,
If you are-
opposites attract.
Opposites
But
attract.
not using your voice, not using your voice right.
Except for sex. That's gonna work. Opposites attract for sex. That we gotta stop saying that.
Opposites don't attract? What you mean?
Not when it comes to sex. If I wanna do it twice a week and she wanna do it 5 times a week,
Oh, yeah,
that ain't gonna
that's
work.
true, that's true.
You need to be, we wanna do it 3 times a week, she need to wanna do it 3 times a week. That's how it goes. That's
Okay,
deep.
okay, you're
There
right.
you go. Yeah.
Okay. So I did think about, if we talk about the toxic people that we attract unconsciously, as she said, because we're into the bond of it. If we don't attract toxic people, what do we attract? For those that say, oh, I don't attract toxic people, but I always attract this. Anybody have the type of people that they always attract? Or they are toxic, but you just don't use the word toxic. For instance, mine was, I picked 3. Sometimes, mommy issues, in transition, because they would find me to be nurturing, which is amazing. I don't even think I'm that maternal, but you know, like, they would find it, I would be loving. So they would have mommy issues, they would be in transition, or freshly divorced. Like, newly, like, just fresh. So they believed in love, but they weren't trying to get married just yet.
Well, the problem, I ain't gonna say that, I ain't gonna talk for you, but if you freshly divorced, a lot of women will go after that dude because he's shown that he will get married.
No, it's true. They're like the best kept secret.
Yeah, he's shown he'll walk down. Just the first one wasn't a good one, but
Right.
he has shown he'll walk the aisle.
He'll walk the aisle.
So if that girl that picks up divorced guys ain't never been married, you know, you're like, oh shit, I know
That right
he's
there.
got potential to get married. 'Cause
He
he's
will
never been married.
commit. No, it's true. Sorry, Stefan, what did Tanisha say? Oh, I missed it, just like that?
It was that bad. Take it down. Too long, shit. It was
Oh,
a
she said
dissertation.
what? Oh, come on, boo.
You bring it out of him.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. So what do we mean by nice guys? Okay, so
They
Tanisha,
start out nice and turn crazy. I don't believe that.
well, how? Wait, you don't believe that they start off nice or that
You
they?
can't. A crazy person can't act but for so long, man.
Well, I think within 3
Sooner or later, that shit gonna come out. And you got, it's up to you and you gonna put up. And you saw some signs. I don't give a damn what they say. You saw some signs that bitch was crazy.
Man, we just, y'all all right, everybody okay with the B word? Everybody
Look, it's
okay?
in the eyes. I bet the bitch eye was wild first. You just didn't pay attention. And sometimes they'll tell you, bitch, you know I'm a little off. I'm a little crazy, man. I got a short temper. Yeah, exactly. All right, go ahead, boo. What you say?
Okay, so the question that we didn't really see, but from Tanisha on Facebook, was how do we know they're really nice if at first they're nice and then they turn? So my question to you is, how long do you think it takes before you see their true self?
I think 3 months.
Oh, yeah, 10 on that. I believe in that.
3 months after that, the real person starts to come out. In the beginning, it's in the representative. That's what we always say. The representative is nice, just that total gentleman. But then after a while, little ladies, you'll see those little flaws.
Now hold on, because I don't just sit around dog the brothers. Now the question is, though, how long is your representative at the table on the date?
I tell them from the get-go, what you see is what you get.
Okay, so you don't have one.
No. People false pretenses. It's too hard.
Okay, that's fair. I've said that before. This is who I am. Oh, you co-signing? Oh, you're not co-signing?
But now, hold on, Tasha.
You know we not yet? Okay, go.
And now I'm not. I ain't calling out numbers, but she with me, age-wise, a little bit younger, a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. 40s.
Her dating style might be a little different than a lot of these girls in their 30s and 20s. Now, cause she been there, done that. So then when I go, my first date gonna be like, listen here, man. This is what I do. I sleep at 10, bitch. You don't touch me after. She gonna give her details. I got babies. I got 2 children. I got a grandbaby. I got a bullet wound right here. 73. They gonna give her all the details. Her age group.
That's pretty good.
We're gonna lay it out.
I love that.
First
Okay.
date.
Sandra says the signs are there, we tend to ignore them. Okay, 10 for Sandra. Okay, anybody got something? How long do you guys think the representative is there? She said 3 months. Anybody got something else?
I'll give you the numbers.
Anybody got something else? Y'all agree with what she's saying? 10? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, so I agree with 3 months. Now in terms of commitment though, so once it gets serious, I would say it actually changes. That maybe after about a year.
The switch come on after they know.
Yeah, but I don't know if that means they're crazy later. I don't know if I like that we said that they go from nice to
I
crazy.
think the real crazy get triggered. The depth, I ain't even hit, but see, I know you my age, that's what I'm saying. The depth of crazy got to be triggered. It might be suppressed somewhere. Oh, he's been nice, she's been nice, oh, it's been going great for a year or two. But the crazy gene from the last Joker is suppressed. And if you do something to press that button, next thing you know, the butter knife out. What you? I'm like, damn, I didn't know you was like that. I know, damn, you crazy like that? Don't make me go there. And then, right, shit. I don't have to do that anymore.
That's interesting. I know a guy that said he knew his girl was crazy when they got into an argument and he said, she said, they hit me. If you so mad, they hit me. Like he was actually turned off. Like, well, what had happened? Because she actually thought that was what was next. If you so mad, she told him.
See, you just went there. See,
no, but meaning that she used to. That's things that means that if you really mad.
The one time.
Yes.
Since we talking, let's just go there.
Yeah, let's go all the way there.
I'm 19 with toxic time.
Oh wait, this your domestic violence?
My one story. So I never get this. You in college, you on a budget.
Okay.
I took the girl to get ice cream. And we on the way home, and I told you, I really don't want to be with you no more. I just did it. She was
While driving?
Yeah, while driving. I was taking her home while this ain't really working. I bought her ice cream though. Before I dumped her, I was like, no, this ain't working. She jumped too fast. Tough.
Oh God.
I go to drop her off. That bitch slapped me with the ice cream cone. If you could get the visual, the vanilla ice cream, I want y'all to get the visual now. The vanilla ice cream stuck to my face and the walking cone was sticking up, bitch. By the time she got into it, she gonna slap me and run out the door. Oh no, bitch, I'm gonna love it, nigga. You gonna slap me. The only thing saved her ass, I got her to the door. I swear, my roommate's girlfriend lived 2 doors down. She on the phone like, with my roommate, like, oh my God, Chris hitting this girl. The only thing saved.
Was there multiple?
Oh, I popped that.
Don't laugh.
But the only thing saved her, God did not let me put my car in park. And if anybody knows me, I worship my vehicle. I had a Buick Regal 1985 to 1989. And Tallahassee had heels, so my car was going down.
You had a stick shift?
It was automatic, but I didn't put it in park because I jumped so quick. I didn't put, man, my shit was rolling back now. I'm chasing a Regal. And that's the first and only time I ever hit a woman. But she slapped me first. She provoked me.
She slapped you first?
She provoked me. So I know it's way back there, like down on my neck. I got a crazy bitch gene right back here somewhere. My wife here tonight. I ain't never, 20-something years, I ain't never touched you, baby. I had to hit her. Hey, boo, thank you.
Do you ever take her out for ice cream, or were you traumatized that
I'm traumatized. I just buy Publix ice cream.
No
coming from my house.
Oh, wow.
Scoop, put it in the bowl. Scoop, put it in the bowl. I'm traumatized.
Okay, here we go. We got Facebook and we got stock. Oh, how we doing? Hi, boo. What's your name?
Who you with?
Dr. Sharice McLaren, how are you doing?
Oh, Dr. Sharice? Sharice South Sharice. Okay, come on, doctor. Okay, so tell us about, do you already have what you would like to say about this topic tonight? About why do we attract toxic relationships? Oh, where are you calling from? Sorry, where are you calling from? Sorry, where are you calling from? Oh, she's okay, she's ready.
Go ahead, go.
Where are you from, boo?
I'm from Conway, South Carolina.
All right, well, my people in Barnwell, South Carolina, that's where I'm from. The lower hole. Yeah, my time for Barnwell. Go ahead, dude. She can.
Okay, go ahead. So why do you think people are attracted to toxic relationships?
Sometimes people become desensitized from toxic relationships.
Oh, desensitized, good word.
They've seen in their family. A lot of times people are used to toxic communication patterns. Sometimes they're used to
Ooh, guys, slow down. Toxic communication. Slow down, go slow. She got this down. Toxic communication patterns. Desensitized to toxicity. Okay, keep going.
Absolutely. It's this thing in behavior theory, we call it social learning behavior. We model what we see our parents do, our grandparents do. So oftentimes we'll see women, they're kind of drawn, even if they're drawn to toxic partners, and sometimes they're kind of symbolic of their parents.
Oh, I see. They literally mimic what they saw. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, would you acknowledge that you have either been toxic or been attracted to toxicity in your life? Okay, and then how long did it last?
It lasted at least until last year.
Oh, we got some, we had me and Irving talking about last year. Okay, 2019, y'all let some folks, some things
Baby,
go.
she in Conway, South Carolina. It's slim pickings around that bitch. You got to stay. You got to stay with your homeboy. Whoever you get, you got to stay with Jimmy Lee.
You cannot stay.
With their overalls and shit. Poor baby. We're gonna get you a good man in Florida. We're gonna get you one. Go ahead.
Okay, you said just till last year. So how long did you stay? How many years?
3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay. And how did you, what are the telltale signs that you were in a toxic relationship? What would you say? Educating the audience.
It actually didn't become evident to me until I became toxic, just like that person.
Ooh, come on, see?
Like I got out of my own element.
You became toxic.
He brought you into his world, didn't he? You started slashing tires and busting windows.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I saw how that person, their manipulation, how it made me feel like just not so good about myself, and then I started to do those same things for other individuals when they weren't doing things that
not even him. So you weren't even treating him that way.
So when I saw that, I had to kind of take a step back. I went to therapy, and my own therapist had to kind of call out, look, you're kind of becoming that person. And I had to kind of get insight as to why am I attracted to this person. And I found out that person represented like a symbolic figure from my past.
One time for black people going to therapy. Shit, we got to go to therapy in 2020, 2019.
No, it's for real. You got that taken care of. Okay, and so in the past year, what do you now see yourself attracting to?
Just what do I see myself attracted to forward?
Now that you're in this healing place.
I have to be honest with you, I don't even look for anything, right, to be attracted to anything right now. I'm just looking to be whole. I think that should be what my focus is.
Oh, looking to be whole.
Hopefully when I become whole, I'll know what I need to look for in an attraction, because right now I'm not so sure.
That means you joined the church.
I love that you just said that. I love that you just said that.
That means you joined the church, singers ministry.
Timmy come home, she went to the singers ministry.
Come home, we got.
Oh, no, those Friday nights when
When I strayed from Jesus, I got to get home and go back to church. The woman that cop was slanging her, I ain't going to church today for that shit. They can't go to church now when that good cop was out.
She didn't go.
The woman that cop go, boy, they run to Jesus. That's the only man I need. Jesus in these batteries. Jesus in that toy.
It's fine, it's okay. You
I
don't
don't
even
even
have
put
to.
Jesus in that toy in the top dresser.
Oh, God.
Bubba.
It's always in the top drawer.
Top drawer, I know where they keep it. Right there by the nightstand, I know where you keep it.
Okay.
They got them things in Conway, South Carolina.
So we got some out of toy drawer.
I'm sorry, we're gonna mail you one. We got all them kind of things in Florida, we're gonna mail you a old toy.
And she, don't listen. But I love Dr. Sharice that you said, did y'all hear how she said she doesn't even now know if she attracts healthy? But right now,
You're almost done though.
that she now knows that she now needs to kind of become healthy before she worries about who she's attracting.
And that's the problem.
I think that is
Thank you very
beautiful.
much for saying that, because that's the problem. I told you earlier.
To change the pattern.
Your person that you're dating is not gonna change you. You gotta change yourself first. Or you go running up in, and that's the problem. A lot of people don't heal themselves or they go running into a relationship. You think the next person gonna heal you. No.
You know what I forgot? You got a question. There is shoot, I forgot this. What time is it? I'm coming.
We doing good.
We okay? Oh, that's right. Dr. Sharice, thank you so much for coming and Skyping. Thank you for Skyping. We appreciate you. Y'all give it up for Dr. Sharice.
Thank you, Doc.
You too, boo. Thank you. I love that.
Well, you got some equipment at Black Friday, boy. The devil going on wireless cameras.
I was walking by and she hit that shit.
Is that the church?
So this lady said to me after, because I love feedback, anybody can call me or text me or whatever. She said, what about for all the introverts or the shy folks? Because introvert doesn't really mean shy. But she said, what about all the shy folks that don't want to talk on the mic? So there is really a vase and paper over there. I should have said that at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
If you want to write down the thing, and then David will bring it to me. There really is.
Yeah, we just don't watch you put it in there, though.
Because
we don't know who put it in there, but you should.
And so I wanted to say that. We'll get that going.
Fold it to somebody bold and let them walk over there.
Yeah, please.
Don't take your little shy ass over there and drop it in there. Your little shy ass.
Okay. We ready? Yeah, I have two. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so just to touch bases on what you were speaking about before, I have to be honest, I was...
Y'all almost there. Shh, back there, be nice.
I was in a toxic situation recently, and 2 reasons. Like the young lady said over there, sex was definitely one of the reasons. And the second reason, you mentioned it, which was me just coming out of my divorce. I was very vulnerable at that time, because prior to that, I was actually very strong. My cook game was real, strong. But at that point, I don't know what happened, but I can say that for that particular situation, it was like a sense of being in a relationship. Most people, when you have, I guess, sexuationships, it's just sex.
Tim was making some words today. Sexuation?
Sexuationship.
All right.
It's just sex, you're not coming to my family's house, ain't no wedding invites, none of that. But with this particular person, for 10 months, we went on trips together, I was with the boys, I met the family, we waking up, cooking together. Every time that I didn't have my kids.
How long did you get into this sexuationship?
It was for 10 months.
Just how long did it take before you went straight in? Because like you said, you were used to being married, and then this new person came in. How long did it take?
It didn't take that long, to be honest, because I was divorced for over a year. So when I met this person, I knew them already. So we kind of got straight to the point. But eventually, feelings started to get attached. Like I said, it was a sense of, I felt like I was in a relationship. And so regardless of how he treated me, regardless of finding another female there, regardless of him leaving me on Las Olas by my cell phone, it was crazy. I was willing to accept anything, which was weird to my friends, because it was like, sis, you are not like this. Why are you? Well, the sex was good, because if I stopped talking to him, can we be honest? I needed dick. So I'm like,
She said needed. She said she needed it. That was one word. Needed it. Okay, we got it. Needed it. Okay.
And I'm not the type to have more than one partner. You know what I'm saying? So if I already have something established with somebody, I'm not trying to get my count. I'm not trying to get my numbers up. So I tolerated so much from this guy. It was crazy. I done got cops caught. I done broke into the boy. Man, listen.
That's enough. Jay, that's enough. Don't incriminate yourself. You're alive and shit. I got
Which one?
I realized I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be that person anymore.
Oh.
So I've been 5 months out of that situation.
I joined the church. I joined the church.
I did not join the church. I just got my damn mind back.
That's my old co-worker. I can mess with her. That's my baby.
First grade teacher.
Yeah.
But I got my mind back right, because that just wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So now my cup game is back strong again. I'm not tolerating nothing from why are you calling me? What's your purpose? What's your intent? What's your motive?
I'm living my best life.
I don't want to go out and eat with you. I don't want to be on the phone with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the same things that kept me into that situation with him. He was someone to go out with, go out and eat, do this.
Hold up. That
Okay,
just
you
scared
go.
me one second. Okay, I'm gonna dig as a fella. Ladies might have it worse because of sex, but a guy, condom sex is different from naked raw sex. Let's just call it what it is.
It's
So
different.
when I was that guy,
It can be different in a good way.
before I
You don't
got,
have to worry
before I
about-
got saved,
Okay.
I was a condom guy because I said I'm not gonna get whooped. We used to hear the word pussy whoop. You can't whoop me with rubber sex. Fat girl, skinny girl, white girl, black girl, they all do like rubber sex. Now there's some things you can do before the rubber to separate yourself. But
Talking about that head doctor? Talking about the head doctor?
separate yourself
Okay.
from the condom. Come on.
Okay,
But
okay.
so a woman can get, I don't know, hell, for women is it a different, do you get digmatized by condom sex versus the raw dog?
Anybody wanna?
I'm serious, I wanna know that
From
because
a woman's point of view.
guys can wear
it could feel
rubbers and
different.
not feel no different. Matter of fact, Tasha, if you put the rubber on, you're there longer. You in there longer.
Rubber, the rubber
because-
keeps it longer.
Yeah, raw sex, you can. Raw, you get it into.
Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus. Well, God, that was 30 seconds? Yeah,
That's
wrong.
common.
That's wrong. That's when you really want to get strung out. Raw gets you strung out. Raw gets you.
Oh, sorry.
Raw, Jesus.
Okay, so I want to say something. We're coming to
Razor raw gets you strung out. Razor hot to the color.
Oh, we coming.
Don't you say that.
So I did want to say one thing. So there's a few things that you said that raised my antenna. So loving after divorce, right? No need to date after divorce. Goes through all these different kind of changes of the idea of I have to start over and kind of go through all those steps that you just want to just surpass, just sprint. You just want to sprint there, not the long distance marathon. But you knew you didn't want to be with him.
But Tosh,
so you put
when you've been married that long, you're like, fuck it, let me go get some.
No, I get that, but I love that she said something to me about how quickly it happened the second time. When he came, it just happened quickly. So this actually happens because when you're used to spending the night with someone, anyone, right, for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, you don't even like going to the bed without the warm body beside you, right? So the idea of, it could be the idea,
Okay, women, here we go again. Women got them clocks ticking. Got your little biological clock ticking. You sit your ass on the couch, you turn on your TV, you hit the Lifetime, you hit the Oxygen. What they telling you? Fuck that, go get you some. Fuck that nigga, go get you some. Pause it. So what did my girl do? You know what? Nene's right. I'm gone. Not her in particular. Just one. That's just one. But it is poison. So now you out of character. Because she's a good girl. I know, a good girl. Good married girl. The husband wasn't right. So then I've been living my best life. Well, we got a commercial. This is the only one that's fine establishment.
There's one of the manager.
Excuse me, manager. Okay, no real extra words
Okay, he's
here.
going to say something that which is totally fine because we.
Go ahead,
I appreciate it.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I want to extend an apology on behalf of Crave and let y'all know the service tonight, due to this being the first day we're open for the year, something happened over the holidays with our chefs, and the chefs didn't show up. And we had to call in somebody special to stand in. He got here late and everything's been thrown back. And I don't want this to be representative of what,
No, they always do
what
that.
Dr. Taki
It's not.
said.
And he gets vacation time.
Yeah, so
That's why he gets vacation time to his employees.
Yeah, I'm just coming over a 26-hour flight myself, but still, this is not representative of us, my staff that's here and what.
No.
I do want to extend that apology.
No.
And I really hope that you give them drive-through therapy another chance.
Yes.
And Crave another
Of
chance. We'll definitely be on point.
Yes, no problem.
So thank you for your patience and please enjoy the rest of the night.
Yes.
So is the food coming or is that not?
Don't worry about it. In other words, don't worry about
A lot of people have canceled already. Those who didn't cancel, it'll come.
But the liquor is good.
I don't blame you for canceling who did. Like I
They
said,
can get liquor though, correct?
The liquor is good.
All right, then, don't worry about it. It's drunk.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, that is. I love that. I didn't even know. Thank y'all for being patient with the process. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, so there was someone back here. Oh, Auntie.
I was just wondering, when a person get over a certain age,
You're doing good, guys.
it seems like hurt people attract hurt people. And time you sit down and start talking with them, they start telling you how hurt they were in their last relationship, and you trying to get to know them, but
Therapists. They hurt.
the therapist like, my wife did this, or my kids did that. I'm like,
So my first question is, when they bring that up in the first date, do you stay and go on the second date?
no.
Oh, okay. You're just saying how quickly it happens now.
Yeah, when you get a certain age, we lay it on the table. See, she with
It's
me.
obviously, sorry.
They
It's
lay it on the
obviously
table.
unresolved. It's obviously unresolved issues.
But
Which means they're not ready to love or ready to be in a relationship. Now, I guess you, as a non-therapist, you just have to go into the therapist mode, huh? And talk to them and try to get them through. What you do? Do you just get up and leave? What you do?
No, I just try to change the subject.
Oh, no, they're salty. They're way too salty for the conversation.
That's right.
I get that. That's a good question. So the answer is just that they're ready.
That they was hurt from the last relationship. So one thing I noticed, people don't know how to take a break. You know, you're not ready. You're not ready.
Because of the fear of being alone. Because of the fear of
it's
being
that
alone.
clock, man. No, them years.
Are in an age where they can take a break.
They need to take
Yeah, because if they young, like maybe in the teens, 20s, 30s, then it's still no excuse.
Yeah.
But if you over 40, your clock gone.
See, the one other, it's sugar daddy season. You see, Carol, I'm 55, I'm about that life. You heard? Got his Adidas.
Okay, David.
Young girl tonight.
Sorry, David. I'm coming back like 20 minutes later. You raise your hand. Are you still ready? Come right here, behind you. I just saw your hand like 30 minutes ago. Sorry. 20 maybe? 20. Okay, go.
Let me see if I can feel like what I was going to say. But, you know, when Miss gave us that terminology, I just realized I think I was a part of a toxic relationship. Me, I really just came out of the sheep pit, so I'm the sheep phase. Meaning, I got her, y'all see that? Yeah, that's me.
Wait, hold on, go slow. You said because she's thick, you're the shit? That was
Hey, don't start that hip hop shit in here. Speak regular. Speak regular. Y'all boys come in with all that goddamn
so break it down.
all that bad stuff. I don't know that. Talk regular.
No, you can talk the way you talk. I just wanted to translate. So that I get it because she's fine.
Do we have a hip hop translator?
You already Bishop said what?
Come on, nephew. Come on, man.
But the point is that because she's fine, then you should be able to do whatever. Are you going to show her off? Okay.
Let me tell you about toxic. She did.
I gotta hear this shit.
She did, and I'm the shit, meaning like, all right, let's just imagine she's a stripper. I gotta supply the weed, the powder, the weed, all the things. So now,
The weed and the power. You make sure she was real good. Like before she went on the pole.
You get girls out the office. You get girls out the co-host, bitch.
Wait.
That nigga said the weed and the powder.
But y'all told me as a grown man, I gotta be the supplier and the provider.
Come on,
she got everything already, because she got the money. So now it's whatever you say, all right, I got that for you. And now I got that for you. That's kind of specific. It was toxic to me, because at that point, you know.
substances.
Hold up.
Okay. Even though she was making them good dollars, she still was manipulating you?
Stay with me.
She had the money. And I'm the shit because I'm with her. Like imagine Beyonce, Jay-Z.
I'm with you.
Was he with Beyonce?
I'm with you.
So
I'm with you.
I got the baddest at that point.
So you got to pay more. You got to invest.
And that was kind of toxic because her mind frame is you ain't worthy of nothing. You ain't worthy of nothing unless you're doing as I say.
Wait, hold on. Okay, this makes sense. It's his experience. No judging. But the interesting thing, let me tell you what's really truly the toxic.
Guys, we almost there. Y'all can talk all y'all want about 30 minutes.
This was good. This was good. But let me tell you where it kind of started, the toxicity. Y'all with me? Was the fact that he needed her to validate him. Y'all got that?
But she bad.
I think that she's fine. We got it. But the fact that you own the shit because she's thick. That's why you wasn't just thick already.
You bad too, bro.
And that was only one level of the game. She was only one.
You bad
That was
too.
when you left those one.
She was, that was just one level. Because I found out that because she was a stripper, there was a lot of money involved. So it wasn't like I was replaceable.
Nephew, okay, meet the stripper in the strip club. Meet her in the grocery store when she in her regular clothes. And be like, oh, what you do for a living? And she gonna be like, oh, I work at the night. You like, oh, you a nurse? Oh, you a nurse? That's what they like, nephew. You can't. No. Meet her away from the strip club.
You don't mind me asking, how old are you? I turned 35 in November. I'm in Florida.
Nephew, you should know better about that.
Old school. No, you don't know what he's gonna say. So
Nephew said,
I'm not thinking anything. You're being honest.
we good?
Yeah, you're good. No, we're not judging you. Drive-by therapy. We ain't judging. No.
You might get a date. Keep talking. You might get a date in here. Go ahead.
Yeah, you might find you one.
One of these cougars might pat you on the head and be like, I can't get this here. I got help this young man. He needs some help.
Okay, what else to say?
Keep talking. Yes.
Okay.
Now said.
I understand. Let's just say because we not, because everybody here has been in situations like that.
Right.
Everybody. We you know, it's fun, giggles or whatever, but we've all been in a relationship where we think the woman or the man, because we're more whatever than what we think we are, because they're spending time with us. So that's what you're saying, and you're right. That is kind of because, oh, I can't believe she talking to me, or I can't believe he's spending time with me. So that, yeah, I get that. Damn, Thundercats.
Let me put one more spin.
Okay, one more spin.
One more spin on it. See, look. When I came into saying, oh, the chicks really like me, I can't believe it.
He's feeling good for himself.
You know what I'm saying? I had already known I can bag a bitch. But no, like I said, hold on.
He's a rapper.
Hold on, wait.
You know, guys, he's a rapper.
So now. That's toxic. I'm talking about toxic.
You want to tell other people?
That was affectionate bitch. That wasn't the aggressive bitch. Affectionate. Yeah, not a compliment. Affectionate bitch. That's not aggressive. A bitch with a chew. No. It's different.
Some people don't like the word be to be called a woman a be. However, that's your language. We dealing with your language. But my question is, were you in high school? Like, if you said, "Wow, I can get a woman like this," were you not the guy in high school that got a lot of girls? Were you not the guy in high school that didn't get a lot of girls?
High school was very easy. I had 2 cars. So high school was very easy. What I'm talking about when I came into like 28 years old, and everybody was like, oh, I know Trick, and I'm the star, you're not the star. I got bags of money, garbage bags of money. KOD just came around, so bags of money. So I'm like, oh, I got the big, she did, I'm the shit. Because I'm good. Like imagine, what's his name, Kardashian brother, he's dealing with Black China. He thought the shit doesn't add up, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is it became toxic because I had that mind frame in my late 20s. That's all I'm saying. You know, a lot of people are dealing with that because they throwing bags of money on it, thinking that they really doing something like that. If you're talking about toxic relationship, that's all I'm trying to say.
Hey, right, I'll give it up for Daisy. For sharing. Oh, we have one back here. Okay, are you on this side of the?
I just want to let y'all know something, right? Because I understand the brother, you feel me? I understand the brother, because, you know what I'm saying?
Comedian Razor.
But, nigga, if I don't want people to know who it was, do you got me on camera? I done told you I'm going to be on camera, bitch. I done put me on camera. Stop. How do you get back? Nobody didn't sign the paper. Alright, so, you have to understand there are points in your life if you're a person that's getting money, right? Sometimes, and this is not right, ladies, I'm just trying to decode what's going on. There are times when you look at significant others as accomplishments. So when you get a certain amount of money, you're saying, yeah, trophy wife. You know what I'm saying? Like our president saying, when you got a certain amount of money, you can grab them by the pussy.
Preach, Reverend. They can sit there and hum all the
I ain't saying it, the president said it. The president, Agent Orange, said it. So I feel what my man is saying. If you getting money, you get to a point and say, you know what? I already was a naturally smooth ass nigga before, but now this money's amplifying it, and I'm getting these kind of broads. You feel me? And then y'all ain't no broads in here. I'm just letting you know the mentality is popping. You feel me?
It's the truth. It's the truth. Go ahead, Ray, you good?
Right. So I'm just saying I understood what the brother was saying through all the different lexicon he was using, because I've lived that life and I understand what he's talking about, because he's talking from a real perspective, his perspective. And so a lot of times, the thing that we have to understand about this is an incubation center where we get other perspectives. We don't have to agree with the perspective, but if it's a perspective that's true to them, sometimes you just learn to say, damn, I didn't know that was going down.
Yep.
And just instead of commenting, just like, oh shit, that shit is really real. Because that really happened to him. They said he ain't asking for your approval, he's just sharing what the fuck really happened to him.
Nephew, they can sit here in front, but there are levels to this.
Right, since you were experiencing this type of situation, which one was toxic, him or her? Or the one he was doing? Both were toxic. So they tried each other because they wanted the money he had and he wanted the status they gave him.
Yeah, status.
Okay.
F-bomb dropped, F-bomb. 9:40. F-bomb dropped at the 9:40 hour. Go ahead.
No, I said, I don't care if you in a suit, in a white suit. Both y'all gonna get shit on you. You feel me? So, we talk about why do I attract toxic people? Sometimes because I'm in a toxic place. So sometimes, like the doctor that was on before, she caught herself. I'm in a toxic place. That's why I'm attracting a toxic person. So once you fix yourself, you can fix your appetite. It's just like when you're trying to lose weight. Sometimes you gotta say, I gotta stop eating these motherfucking cookies and cakes and dips and shit like that. Cause Sarah Lee don't make shit that's keto.
He's done, dropped the mic.
Keto ride with Tito's vodka. Go. We got you, big dog.
Okay. Sometimes your status can bring toxicity to you.
Ooh, break it down.
When I first went into the military and I went to Auschwitz in Germany, I used to go to the NCO club and I used to ask women in the NCO club for a dance or whatever. And I was always turned down because I was just an average private. I was just Alexander, was just a private, But then when I became, when I just started playing football and I was the starting quarterback for the post team, and then I was the lead singer for my band.
Oh, status.
Now my status changed because now I'm in the paper every week.
And you sing falsetto.
Right, and I believe in songs now, and I'm the front man for the band. Now it's not the group, it's the people that come. They don't come to be with you. They come to share in the spotlight, and that is toxic within itself because it brings not the true selves. They just want to be or take a part of you. To say I was with him, or I'm with him, or I'm part of the band, or he's this, and your status at times can bring toxicity to you.
Yep.
10-4, that was good. Being attracted to the actual position or status.
You don't want, when you get a certain status, you can't show up to the company party with whatever.
She gotta,
You'd rather come by yourself than just show up with whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
I have been sitting and listening, and I've been sitting and listening, observing, and sharing over here. When we talk about toxic relationships, a lot of people sit back and observe people, men and women, who have things going on for themselves. Then they bring their toxic situations to a woman or a man, which they know that don't mean them no good because they're after what they can get from them.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, and I'm just speaking from experience. I had someone to observe me for what I have and had, but I stayed in a relationship for a while until I realized this dude was not for me, he was for what I can give him.
How long did it take you to realize that?
Well, my discerning spirit had told me a long time ago. Being right, you're right, it was good.
You get back to that thing every time.
Yeah, the head was good and the dick was good.
There it is, boo.
I'm just saying, I'm just being honest with you.
We here.
And that's what we stay in relationships because of what we can bring to the person and make them feel good at the time. But once we stop, that's when they stop.
Ooh.
So how you get rid of the situation, you have to stop when you know you shouldn't be in the situation. Then you move on and you will have more because you have stopped that person for taking and depositing from you. And you have to stop.
Very well said.
That was well said.
I like that.
That was good. Oh, I thought you asked for it.
Shh, we good. He been over there talking shit to that table the whole time. Give it to him. He's bold.
So, I've been sitting and I've been listening, but the only thing that I said was that you need to know who you are.
That's the problem. That's it.
When you find out and know who you are, you don't have to accept what people bring because you have to stand it for yourself. You need to know who you are. When you know who you are, you're not subject to toxicity.
Good word.
That's true. When you know your own value. And you know your own value. You got
Tosh, he said, I've been listening for a while. How should I end this? Toxicity. I learned that today. Toxicity.
No, that was good.
One time in Brown County Public Schools.
The fact that they've grown up in that kind of environment, that they've witnessed their parents be in a toxic relationship, so they think that's okay. So that's why they see those type of relationships.
Exactly what you're saying. So it has to do with what was normalized in your family.
Now, it's funny we say that. Now, I learned something the other day, again, paying attention. They said if you're under the age of 55, they said 55-year-olds and up got all their values from one of three places: your home, your church, or your school. If you were good, you got them from all three. They said people under 55 get it from TV, music, and social media. So your values that we talking about, oh, I got my values from my mom and dad, that's considered old school now. I got a 9-year-old. I might not have the birds and bees conversation with him. It might be some little jackass at the cafeteria table with a cell phone with Wi-Fi and say, look, look what's happening on Pornhub. That's how my son might learn. So a lot of people are learning relationships from TV, music, and social media. They're not learning. If we would have listened to if I would have listened to my parents, I should be a deacon or a pastor in a strip mall by now, at least a strip mall pastor. I'm not gonna say a mega church, but if I would listen to my parents, I'd at least be in a strip mall, storefront. But I listened to music. I was 17 years old. I told y'all earlier. I know what happened.
The media influence.
I was 17. You know what happened? It was Luther Campbell.
I will say this though, because we can't say we lose hope by being good people.
Hey, we want some. Soon as I heard Luther saying that, I said, damn it, I'm done.
Just know, so in addition to what you're saying, because it is true, because you're going against all the other entities in the world. However, in terms of good parenting, your children will remember 80% of your non-verbal behaviors and 20% of your verbal, okay? So when you wonder, like, I don't know why they act like that, well, they're acting like you. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't have to do with a complete blame game, but a lot of times we really are what we saw non-verbally.
Tasha,
you know
that just
what I'm saying?
freaked me out.
It's not what is modeled, not what it said.
You just scared me.
Okay.
My dad was a chef in the army. So when he got off work, he cooked. He was like, your mama can't cook. So I spent a lot of time with my dad bonding in the kitchen. So guess who do all?
That's you. See?
I mean, my wife be trying to cook sometimes. I'm like, get your ass out of the kitchen. Let me make the macaroni and cheese. You don't know what you're doing. I got this. Let me cook. I don't know no better because I was raised with a chef.
No, it's true.
I don't know no better. Damn, that's scary.
You guys, you just had a moment?
Yeah, I just had a moment. That's why I cook. I will literally kick her out there. She be trying.
I believe it.
I don't even know if she can cook or not. Shit. I be like, get out the kitchen.
All these years?
I got this.
You got something on being raised or what's going on?
Yeah, I think a lot of this toxicity.
Shut y'all ass up. That's my doctor again. He gonna say something crazy.
No, I'm not making
Come on, doc. I love you. Say it.
It actually, you can tell a lot of it is cultural. It depends on what part of the country you're from. Like, for example, people in South Florida are very materialistic. And women in South Florida...
Some people in South Florida are materialistic.
Don't say all, just say some.
The culture of South Florida is a materialistic culture.
Okay.
Women in South Florida, they don't really want to get to know you.
Son, it's okay, I'm here. I'm right here.
I'm going to say how I say it. Women in South Florida, they don't want to get to know you. They want you to spend money on them. You go to a place like Mississippi or somewhere, people try to get to know you. You go out.
The wholesome ones are in Mississippi. They in Mississippi.
That's as an example. But what I'm saying is South Florida is really materialistic. And so the women here, they all about money. So the toxicity is from... It depends on the environment that you grow up in.
That's the culture. Okay. We'll give you that. Not all, but some.
Obviously, you're messing with the wrong women. Right. Because I make my own money and I don't need no man to take
Okay, let's let her finish.
Third of all,
so she said
for 17 years.
I need you to start over so they can hear. Start over.
And for the women in the wrong places. Because I make my own money and I'm very independent. That's one. And as for you saying that, you said, I need to remember what you said.
Damn, dog.
Anyway, I've been married for 17 years. I chose to get out of that relationship because it wasn't for me. And I've been by myself for 5 years, and I'm more happy single than I am when I was married. So she's like, I don't know me and my 4 kids, and I don't need nobody.
She said she doesn't need anybody, but it would be nice to have someone, okay? It would be nice to have. So the question would be, why do you attract women that are materialistic? I'm just letting you know. The question is, why do you attract women that are materialistic? And we always talk about that. Just to say, who else?
Because he be around rich people.
Uh-oh.
Because he be around rich people. Don't hate on my dog. He don't hang out in the gutter. Oh, wow.
Okay.
We almost done, guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think there was a wave over here. Okay, go ahead.
You take care of them?
No cameras.
This is your season.
Alright, you know, I was trying to be chill with it. I really was. No, listen. But we gotta understand something if we're gonna be dating, especially in the black community.
Right.
First thing we have to understand that most of us suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder because being black is a trauma.
Yes!
Oh shit.
The second thing we have to understand is that most of us, over 90% of us, have been miseducated about love.
Yes!
Damn it, man.
Okay? So in most situations, you have to decode the love language that the person that you're getting with has. Okay? So then we're going to get on that level. Then you have to be honest enough with yourself, like the brother said before. You gotta understand who you are. It all starts with self-love. I love me too much to be fucked up with you. I love me too much. So once you start from a place of loving yourself, you'll be able to learn how to love somebody else. Because once you learn to forgive yourself, because there are things that we have to forgive ourselves for. Some of the ideas that we have. Like brother was talking about women are materialistic or whatever. Men are materialistic.
Believe it.
Keep it 100. Nobody want to be with somebody that nobody else want. Cut the fucking bullshit. So at the end of the day, first of all, be the person you want to be with first. Be the person you want to be with first. So if you want a man with money, be a woman with money. I'm coming for you niggas. If you want to be with a sexy woman, be a sexy man. Don't be around here with 15 bellies out this motherfucker, don't want to go to the gym, and you want to be with the baddest bitch.
Oh my God. Razor is 10 o'clock, Razor. Razor, you can't go in like that at 10.
See, and Razor just hit it. A lot of single women, and we said it before. You got three things. You either celibate, you sharing, or you just single.
Celibate, sharing, or single? Or those that are dating?
No, these are single girls. You're celibate, you're sharing, or you just single.
What's number 4?
She's celibate.
Razor, stop playing! He needs an usher.
The fourth one is they're hopefully looking for the right guy. But they're single, sharing, or celibate. Sharing with somebody.
Okay, I had to say one thing. He did say some good stuff.
We're almost done.
He did say some good stuff.
Y'all have been good tonight.
There's something that you said that I want to just kind of reframe it, okay?
Go.
So the idea of if you want a man with money, you need to have money, I don't really like that, okay? So I think of if you want someone that is a good steward over their money. So if they make $30,000 or $70,000, and you want someone that's a good steward of their money, you need to be with someone that you need to be a person that's a good steward of your own money. You guys get that? So that whole wealthy, like, money really isn't anything, and if you're motivated by the green, it's not a good look.
You've been to 5 Bible studies.
No, but I'm saying, I'm not saying you got jokes. That's a good word. Because the idea is people are always looking for money. What is money gonna do? I know hella people that are rich and actually lonely as hell. Lonely. Oh, go ahead. She on the Village mic? Come on, Village. Yes!
I just wanted to close out with this before you guys close out.
Okay.
And it's funny regarding toxic relationships, I didn't realize what topic was going to be today. But we gotta look at the man in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said.
That's right.
Well, that's how we started. Go ahead.
Look at the man. If we're gonna be able to be in healthy relationship, we gotta deal with me first. And to be able to deal with anybody else or love anybody else, you gotta first love yourself. So until we're able to love ourselves, then we'll be able to love others. Don't get me wrong, it took me a long time, thanks to Dr. Tasha.
Yeah.
Oh, she just goes silent. Therapy works. Therapy works.
Therapy does work.
Miss Marsha, go ahead.
Because even though we had a son, I was dating, I was not ready to get married. I had things to work on with myself. Had to get my credit score up, had to get
How low did it get? It got pretty low.
Yeah, you know, because I tell you all the time, when you get married, they don't add your shit up. 350 plus 350 do not make 700, bitch. How when you get married. Some shit stay separate. Your credit score stay separate. But I used to tell my wife all the time when we date, I'd be like, I'm going to marry you one day. I just ain't ready yet. It just took a while.
How long did she wait for you?
A long time. I saw it 9.
That's another show.
I think it was 9.
9 years?
I think it was 9 years old, but we dated every day. I was there every day. But I just had to get my shit together. Why marry somebody and you still messed up? I didn't want to break my drama into her, so it took a while.
Well done, you came around.
Now we good.
We got another, that Village mic is on fire now.
Village mic, what's up, baby?
Go ahead.
Let's go.
So, I think the summary, I'm not trying to summarize.
Go ahead.
No, it's okay, go ahead.
You can't summarize
to
right
yourself,
out there.
To yourself.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that were said tonight, but a couple things that highlight.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. You cannot go after something that you don't think you deserve. And what I mean by that is, when you're trying to achieve a certain level, or I heard people just talk about, I want to get the woman, if I have money, then I'm going to attract a certain type of woman. South Florida women, I don't really think they
Dog, don't get beat up here.
What's the finish? Finish the phrase. Because some people aren't even from here, but go ahead.
So I don't think they're materialistic.
Oh, you don't think they're materialistic? Okay, you balance it out.
I don't think. So that's just what he's attracting.
It's okay, let him have his time.
South Florida women got money, bitch. It's some women who got some money. They got money. They can pay their own bills. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
You were letting him know that wasn't for everybody.
That wasn't the case.
Okay.
So I've been on a few dates that the women are.
We almost done.
We won't be able to get.
My dog went to the money.
I never said I was attracted to these kind of women.
I said
I can watch and I can see. Okay?
I said it.
I don't go.
Okay, hold on. So I said it. What camera I got to look at? So the idea is, if we're always actually talking about what's wrong with the people that we're with, it's because you attracted yourself to them. There was something about them that attracted you. So you got to look in the mirror, which is what she said. But you don't have to like what I have to say. This is actually the truth. You got to work on what we bring in, what we putting out there. We just have to. Sometimes it's hard to see what's looking back at you, which is why folks don't like even looking in the mirror, period. Right? Or they're taking pictures from here up because they don't want to see what's from here down. Right? And that's a real thing. And so I'm okay with you being uncomfortable with my comment, but it's the truth. I'm okay with you being uncomfortable. Go ahead. It's okay. I do want you to respect the ahead.
All right, so South Florida women, they have levels to it, right? So by the time you get to what it is that you desire, you have to become the person that's going to attract what you desire.
That's true.
So I believe that if everyone in here takes the time out to become their best version of themselves,
Take a break. That we did talk about that earlier. Good one. Take a break.
they will be able to attract the person that they desire.
Conclusion. Come on, black men. I love that. Hey, I love that. So, Chris Priester, the teacher. Oh Lord, is he getting another Hennessy on the rock? Oh. Okay, before we end, anyone that has a business, come on up here. We always like to make sure that you shine. Anyone with a business in this moment, come right here, and we're gonna literally put you on the mic right now. Anyone with a business or a book.
Black business, come on.
All businesses.
Black business.
Anybody that owns a business. No, come.
Your watch card.
Literally,
Bring your ass up here.
5,000 people are watching. Start us off, sir.
Greetings, family. How are you? Greetings, family. How are you? Give them a round of applause. They did a great job. My name is Brother King Simon from out of New York. I'm a numerologist. I talked to my sister on Instagram today. I came in from New York. I'm a numerologist that actually breaks down numbers about your birthday, your name. I'm one of the top numerologists in the world. And I'm a promoter and producer in New York. I've ran SOBs in New York, Madison Square Garden, and various other places. So I've been doing it for many years. And I'm an author of 3 books. Numbers are simple, people are complicated, and yes, I used to book all the comedians in New York. Freddie Ricks,
we can start
all
again.
people, those are my friends.
Start again in 2020, goddammit.
All the 3 books, no promotion is bad promotion. Numbers are simple, people are complicated, and numbers are simple. Our health is important. So check me out and King Simon Productions, King Simon Production on Instagram, and King Simon Presents on YouTube. Have a great day.
Thank you. King Simon, all right.
Come on. How y'all doing? My name is David Miller. I'm Culture Arts Ambassador in Pompano Beach, Florida. You can come talk to me about booking events at the Allied Cultural Center, the Civic Center, and the BACA, the Bailey Contemporary Arts Center. I had to come and hit y'all with some intelligent ignorance. That's what I do. So anyway, shout out to King Simon, and I do follow you through the Black Magic. I know all about New York, and I'm from Florida, from Pompano, Pino style. I was here, So I was here with a friend of mine, Alita James. That's my client. I'm actually a media artist. That was my client, and she has a book. She wrote 2 books in 1 year. So I said, yeah, you need to come see Tasha's drive-by therapy. Why? Because her book is about trauma. So one book is called Rescue Me. Thank you for purchasing the book from my friend. Rescue Me and Anaya's Revenge. So in Rescue Me, you find out what's happening, and then in Anaya's Revenge, that is what happened here. You find out.
How much are the books, brother?
2 for $35. A signed copy for $20 each. So but anyway, back to me. My name is David Miller, Culture Arts Ambassador, and I enjoy this, man, because I learned new terminology. I don't remember the trauma, what the trauma bond, I was really into this girl. And
it's about your business right now. It's about your business. You already told us what you do for Papa there.
Appreciate you, David. Y'all give it up for David.
We love you, David. Appreciate you.
Just eat some jerk chicken. I have my pepper in my teeth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I literally just went on sunbiz.org today, and I got my business started.
Glory!
It's been a long time coming. But I do have an event planning and hosting company, Opulent Occasions by Johiko, which is me. Instagram is Dominican85. Another thing I'm trying to do for 2020, it's been told to me so many times, I need to model, I need to act. So I'm finally doing that as well. So follow me on Dominican85 Instagram, and my business Opulent Occasions by Johiko.
All right, buddy. Good. Good moment.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Dr. Tasha. This is really good. Thank you, everyone. My name is Joan Martin. I'm an attorney. I do estates, trust, planning, I do wills, trust, probate, property. So if any of you have property that have, where someone's passed and you need to transfer it to your next family member, or you're interested in creating a will or a trust, or you wanted to know the difference between a will and a trust, if you're interested in a power of attorney or anything like that, please see me. I'm at the back table.
Tonight, beautiful. Go ahead.
Attorneys in the building. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pamela Bryant. I am an author. The title of my book is Escaping Your Abuser, 6-Month Guide. My book is for anyone that's in a domestic violence situation. I give you a month-by-month diagram of how to get out safely and effectively. Everybody has a story, but my give back to everyone is to show you how to get out. I got out, so I know you can do it too. Follow me, Pamela Bryant, on Google and Amazon.
Yes, yes. Right.
This is for you.
I don't get shit. I'm just a nigga up here. That other nigga don't get shit. I got a good time.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you guys for coming tonight. I love Dr. Tasha and I love Chris, even though he owe me one, but you don't know it yet. He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, I got that to do with you. You're right, boo. Go ahead, baby. You're right, you're right.
Okay. We have multiple streams of income.
Good job. Look at you learn.
He's a teacher. But my husband is Y2K Production. He has a DJ service and production for video and photography. I do credit repair. He does insurance, life insurance, health insurance. If you guys need any information, y'all can see me in the back. I am Marsha. Hi, and Kelly Tanneris. My girlfriend in the back, I don't know why she refused to come. She does investment properties also. She teaches you how to save and do 401k. I don't know why she doesn't come and do all that thing, but her name is...
You're not a toxic friend. You're telling for your friend. Go ahead.
Her name is Natalie Winter, and she is at Edward Jones. If anybody knows what Edward Jones is, they do investments and they teach you how to have an earnest retirement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Marsha. Okay, so today was no joke.
Hey, don't go to the teacher table. They can't get no early retirement. They got to put in the whole 25.
The whole 20.
The whole 25.
Okay, so this is gonna take a whole 30 seconds and we are done.
Yeah, I'll do
So literally, and everyone's like, really? You invite everybody? Yes. So I have a birthday party next Sunday at the Hampton House, the historic Hampton House in Miami. Everybody's invited. I'll send you out an invite. It's black and white birthday bash, so kind of, dress with black or all white or black and white. Okay, next Sunday from 5 to 10 day party, okay? You really are all invited, for sure.
Yes.
I'll be almost 40, I'll be 39. Okay, and then next month's show. Stefan, you had that up. Okay, this is Black History Month, y'all. We going all the way in. West Indians, Caribbeans, and Black Americans, let's have a much overdue conversation about us getting along.
What going
That's
on,
right.
Yeah,
I'm not from here, and I can't believe this. And I understand there's history, and we just need to start the conversation. So whoever you are, whatever you are on that list, please come back and bring someone else of all generations. I will talk to grandma, to the niece.
That's right.
Because it's a conversation that I didn't realize it was going on in South Florida
no
until I
Yankee.
moved here.
Don't you date no Yankee. Don't date no Yankee. You're from the island.
Is that your accent?
That's the best I can do.
Y'all, this is Chris Priester, the teacher. My name is... Oh, go ahead.
January 24th, Jazz in the Park, whatever they do out there in the street. No, not that one. The Jazz in the Park. I'm hosting that. January 17th, you got people in St. Augustine. I'm going up there. I'm going to Akron, Ohio next month. Pomino just called me to open for Earthquake in April. So, I do shit. And the fourth Friday, the fifth Friday, the last Friday of the month, I host Eargasms here. That's erotic poetry. Eargasms, poetry and chill. I host that. They have all the little nasty poets up here. You won't be doing poetry this month. You are not invited. Don't you ever come back here. And that's it.
You guys, this is Chris Priester, the teacher. My name is Tasha. And this,
Somebody said, I ain't never seen your.
Come on, Mrs. Chris Priester. Come on now. She cute, y'all. She cute. Walk lightly, y'all. Walk lightly.
This is why I want. This is why I smile so much.
Oh, God. He's so serious, though.
We've been together about 25 years, but we were married about 15. Yeah, we got a 24-year-old and a 9-year-old. This is what it all look like when you ain't in no toxic, bitch. We ain't in toxic, bitch. You just look like this. I bought that dress. Bye. Don't show them all your action back there. Y'all young niggas don't be looking at my old lady booty, bitch. I swear on you niggas. I'm about that life, bitch. I swear on one of y'all niggas, dog. Don't be looking at my old lady booty, niggas. Shit, I gotta ask the ladies too. The ladies don't be looking at my old lady.
Don't play. Okay, for the third time, this is Chris Priester, the teacher. My name is Dr. Tasha, and thank you for coming to Joy Five Therapy. See y'all next month. Thank you, thank you, thank you.